Invincible Season 1 is easily one of the best Western animated superhero series of all time. This is how you adapt a comic book material, tweak it, and improve upon it. When the first trailer came out, I was excited to watch it, and then somehow I forgot about it. Months passed, and not only until I saw YouTube constantly showing me spoilers and thumbnails of it and other reviewers talk about it, I finally got onto it and said, oh yeah, this is actually out. I totally did miss the boat at first, and not until weeks after I concluded its 8-episode first season, and after I had coworkers talking to me about it, then I finally dove in. I must say, this is a phenomenal series, and it's full of great fights, incredible star-studded voice work, and very, very tight writing. The fact is that this is as exceptional as it is over 21 years later with tweaks is astonishing. But more on that later. Invincible is the cliche 17-year-old superhero who wants to be like his father, Omni Man. His father wants to train him to be like him, and what it's like to be a superhero, while his mom is trying to continue their family life, though feeling like she's singled out for being the only one who's not a superhero. We get introduced to the Guardians of the Globe and who they are. Obviously, they are basically Justice League ripoff. We spend a great amount of time in this episode with some of them, and I like them. Once things are about to end on this episode, and you think what might happen, the show goes straight up balls to the wall action. Omni Man shows up and murders all the superheroes in a gruesome manner, while they all wonder why. How? This scene still blew my mind because I knew it was going to happen. I was spoiled by YouTube and people, yet somehow it still shocked me. I just wanted to know why this happened. And this is when I realized this show is something different. I have to be honest, I am fatigued with superhero movies after Endgame, and at least from the Marvel series. And even from DC after Snyder Cut, even with DC too. But after the Snyder Cut, I don't know. I want DC to have their own Avengers level movie, as they were supposed to, maybe with Justice League Part 3. I know a lot of people compare The Boys to this show, and they have every right to. But there are some very key differences between them, and if you haven't seen The Boys, I won't spoil anything. I'll just say that The Boys is more political, less action because it's expensive in live action. Invincible is more action, less politics, but it still has a good amount of both. Especially the action part. I freaking love Invincible because it can make me cry, it can make me laugh. Well, it can almost make me cry, but it can make me laugh, it can shock me, and it's all well earned. It's great. The supporting characters are also phenomenal too. All of them, or most of them, are interesting. Like, I hate Rexplode for being a complete and total asshole and a shit hero, but he kind of grows on me. Adam Eve is super cool because she reminds me of Dr. Manhattan and can literally manipulate atoms and matter at will, which is like the coolest superpower ever. Come on. And there's some nice other new powers like Duplicate, who can divide herself, and as long as one of them is alive, the Prime Kate, which is all of them, then she's okay. Which makes me think, why don't you just always have one of you at a house and then the rest of you just, always have a backup. Monster Girl is super cool, like a reverse Bruce Banner hulking out, then becoming younger every time she uses her power. I love that. It's like it's variations of heroes and new blends of heroes that makes an entirely super cool situation. Damien Darkwood's really cool, basically Hellboy. Robot is also pretty awesome. Well, Rudolph Connors. And when he transfers himself to a new body, I really felt bad for him. I felt really sad for being treated like a freak and for being so abnormal. I mean, he was abnormal, but when he died, I actually felt sad, even though we only spent a few episodes with him. Gotta mention, hilarious villains like Machine Head, who remind me of Black Mask, mixed with like Deadpool. It's awesome. I love Machine Head. I wish we get to see more of him. Maybe we will. I don't know. And I have to mention Battle Beast, because Battle Beast, some people have said he's kind of like Darkseid. Kicks ass, takes no shit from anyone, and just loves to fight. Obviously, it's a different take on him, but I really like Battle Beast, and I can't wait to see him fight again. So that episode he showed up and just destroyed everybody was... Cecil Stedman is also a great character. Seems like the typical government agent barking orders at first, but he really grows into his own style of character near the end of the season, and I really do enjoy that.
Left that one there as a reminder. And when you prove yourselves worthy of the heroes who came before you, it'll get cleaned off. Until then, stare at it whenever you think you're hot shit.
This dude literally has Donald, aka fucking Bobby Hill, as his assistant. You cannot tell me that you don't look at Donald and you see Bobby Hill. It looks like Bobby Hill, doesn't talk like Bobby Hill. You just put shades on Bobby Hill and it looks like Bobby Hill, okay? Bobby Hill grown up.
Dang it, Bobby. I'm gonna kick your ass.
I'm not the only one who thought that, right? That's the first thing I thought when I saw him. That's the first thing I noticed. The family unit is the crux of the drama, and it plays out marvelously. I was always wondering, What's gonna happen? Who's gonna die? How's it gonna turn out? How's he gonna reveal the secrets to the Earth, to his son, to his wife? You wanna know how they're gonna react to Omni-Man's truth and the happening of the world's event. And it does not disappoint. It goes above and beyond what I thought would have happened. Mark's mom, aka Debbie, is like the first mother superhero character I really care about. Like, she's smart, she has a certain presence to her, she talks shit to Omni-Man despite knowing what he can do, and she's portrayed by a great voice actress. Like, when she cries, it tears my heart apart because it just sounds so real and it's acted so incredibly well. And she's significantly better than the comic book version from what I hear and from what I've read, so hell yeah. I just really care about Debbie. The show writers make you care. She's not like Aunt May or Martha Kent. She's memorable, ballsy, and carries weight with her every action. Mark, of course, is the underdog. You gotta root for him, he's the main character. But he does things a little differently from like other main characters. Yes, he's another typical teenage superhero, like Spider-Man's always the first one that comes to mind. But he really does his best for every single human he meets. Like, he tries to save the old woman, keeps asking how she's doing, checks up on her constantly, and asks anybody if she's still okay. And eventually, when she dies, he's affected by that. He really does try his absolute best, no matter how hopeless the situation is, to try to save people. And when he doesn't, you really feel the crushing defeat that occurs every time he doesn't get to save anybody, and he gets this guilt that grows on him every single time, which makes me think he's gonna change entirely to someone else. So I can't wait to see how he changes from like where he is now. He definitely does make stupid decisions, like not to tell Amber his identity until weeks later, thereby pissing her off, or lying constantly when telling the truth. It's usually the kind of stupid teenage romance that a lot of other shows do. But I don't think they'll dwell on that point too long. Hopefully they fix that, because it's really annoying. I'm tired of seeing that. I'm just tired of seeing that plot line creating unnecessarily drama when you don't need it. Like I said, the typical superhero trope does definitely drag him down at times, but he pulls through and evolves much faster as a superhero than you would think, despite him getting his ass kicked all the time. This man is more invincible than me. Guy with glass bones and paper skins from SpongeBob was more invincible than this guy, but I digress. Mark, you're awesome.
Mom's life worthless?
In the grand scheme of things, yes.
From what I see, Omni-Man is the ultimate soldier of Viltrum. Well, I'm sure there's many more worse than him, but at first, when we meet him, and what we see, he's a true egotistical villain who thinks of humanity as nothing but ants and insignificant creatures to a man who can live like thousands and thousands of years. You kinda understand his perspective. I don't think he's truly evil, obviously. Yes, he's that piece of shit, the worst father I've seen in all of media, but just as we don't feel sad for killing ants or mosquitoes, he literally doesn't even blink when killing humans because they are nothing to him. Humans are nothing but a waste of molecules and atoms. I understand that, but still, obviously, it's fucked up in the head. I kind of do understand his perspective in the grand scheme of things, which is insane for me to say, but it's because the writers have written a great character, memorable, unique, powerful, everlasting presence. When he starts killing people in front of Mark to show how unimportant humans are, it literally made my jaw drop when he held him up in front of the train and just have everybody explode on him. I've never seen anything like that scene in any movie, video game, comic, ever. It's just, you feel every death. It's not gratuitous, it's earned. Sure, there's other villains that do things like Thanos, Snap, killing untold lives across the universe, but you don't see their bodies, their remains, their screams, nothing. Sure, Frieza has destroyed planets, but you don't really get to see it, at least at first. What I'm trying to say is there's more impact that's earned here when you get to see all the carnage up close, and it's not just a number being told to you. Being shown every casualty in front of you point blank in your face, you can't turn away. You don't want to see it, but you can't look away. You're in shock, you're in awe, you're witnessing citywide murder, and you can't do anything but watch.
You want to die for this planet? Fine! What's 17 more years? I can always start again. Make another kid.
I need to commend Amazon for what they've created. Here we have a show where having the original comic book writer partake in the influence and writing of the show improves. Since he's written this comic for so long, he's able to cut and trim things to improve the story. That's not something that happens very often. This is like Castlevania. You have writers who really care about their craft, who are in to make the best show they can make with what they have. Too many times the show's been bogged down by bad writing, bad acting, stupid decisions. It's trash. It's happened too much. But shows like The Boys, shows like Castlevania, and shows like Invincible truly show what we're capable of. I cannot express how ecstatic I am for season 2. I want to read the comics, but I will wait. I want to see what changes. I want to see what's in store for us, and I want to see it in color and action with his exceptional voice work, art, and everything. Yes, there's a few times when the show looks ugly with some ugly, horrible Berserk 2016 quality style background characters, but it's far and few between. The animation, incredibly fluid. The sound design, extremely nice. Every time Adam Eve flies and that little noise she makes is very, very satisfying and unique. Every punch, every bone broken, every death is felt and earned. So, that's all I have to say about Invincible. Let me know what you thought. Let me know what you think. If you want to talk about the show, comment down below. If you want to talk about this video, you can do that too. Make sure to hit that like button, ring-a-ding that bell, and if you really love what you saw, smash that subscribe button. This is Randomjeanc, signing off.